In Psalm 23, verse 3, the last part says, He guides me in paths of righteousness for His name's sake. Other versions say, He guides me along right paths, bringing honor to His name. Growing up in Christ or growing up as a Christian is very similar to growing up as a human being. We begin our lives as human beings very me-centric, if I can coin a term. We think the world revolves around us. We think that it's all about me. We think that everyone is here for me and that everything is supposed to serve my purpose. And that's how we start our walk with Christ. We think that He is here for me, that Jesus is here for me, that it's all about me. This verse says He guides me on the right paths for His name's sake. Until we understand that life revolves around God and that it originates from God and that all life flows from God, we'll never really understand. It'll be confusing for us because we think this doesn't serve my purpose. Why is this happening to me? But God has a purpose for our lives. In Acts 13, verse 36, it says, Now when David had served God's purpose in his own generation, he fell asleep. He was buried with his ancestors. David served God's purpose. It was God's purpose that David was here. It's not the other way around. God is not a genie that we summon to give us our 3 wishes. God is God and He'll always remain God, and we are here to serve Him and His purpose. The beautiful thing is that in serving His purpose, we're blessed. He's the only one that can handle this kind of adoration, this kind of worship. We cannot handle being worshiped. If we become the center of our lives and other people make us the center of their life, we can't handle it. We become very perverse individuals. We're not designed to be worshiped or to be the center of everything. God can handle it. He's the most unselfish person that exists. He can handle full worship, adoration, and devotion, and it doesn't make Him egotistical, egocentrical. He's still the same God, the same Jesus that laid His life down and died on the cross for all of humanity. That's who He is. So He's leading us along right paths for His name's sake. It says in Proverbs 20:24, A person's steps are directed by the Lord. How then can anyone understand their own way? We can't understand our own way. We don't understand why He's leading us this direction when success, as we look at it, is another direction. Why did He leave me to take this job that pays less when I could be making more money over here? Well, it serves His purpose, and that's why He led us that way. Isaiah 30, verse 21 says, Whether you turn to the right or to the left, your ears will hear a voice behind you saying, This is the way, walk in it. God is speaking to us. He's leading us. He's guiding us. And it's all for His purpose and His glory, and we are blessed in the process. Psalm 139 is a great chapter to read. I won't read it all, but I'll just pull out a couple statements from that. It says, You know me when I sit down, and when I rise up, you discern my thoughts. It says, You hem me in behind and before, and you lay your hand upon me. Where shall I go from your spirit? Where shall I flee from your presence? If I ascend to heaven, you are there. If I make my bed in Sheol, you are there. If I take the wings of the morning and dwell in the outermost parts of the sea, even there your hand shall lead me, and your right hand shall hold me. The Christian life is all about surrender. It's the key concept of being a Christ follower. We say the words in the beginning, Jesus, you are Lord, and we are born again. We become a Christian as we make that first declaration that Jesus is Lord. I don't think we really understand what we're saying. We probably don't even fully commit to that statement, but I'll tell you something. God takes us at our word because He is His word. He always does His word. He always says what He means and means what He says. And so He takes us at our word. And the rest of our lives, whether we like it or not, He will hold us to that word, that Jesus is Lord. And He will attempt to shape us, guide us, and lead us down a path that is for His purpose and His glory, even when it hurts. Before Jesus ascended to heaven, He talked to Peter. In John chapter 21, verse 18, He says this to Peter, Very truly I tell you, when you were younger, you dressed yourself and went wherever you wanted. But when you are old, you will stretch out your hands, and someone else will dress you and lead you where you do not want to go. Now, I've heard that explained that this was a prophecy that Peter would be crucified on a cross. Maybe so, but that's not how I take it. I take it to mean this. As a young Christian, we tend to do what we want. We tend to go where we want. As we mature, we yield ourselves to God. We stretch out our hands, is what it says. And He dresses us in robes of righteousness. He gives us His robe of righteousness. And He leads us where we do not want to go at times. We don't necessarily want to go where He wants us to go. Jesus didn't want to go to the cross. He did not want to die. He did not want to be tortured. Who would? And yet He surrendered to it because He had the maturity to do that. And this is what God is calling us to do as well, to surrender our lives and to learn to walk in His ways according to His guidance and His leading. So today, look at your path and notice how God is guiding you. It may not be down the most pleasant path, but in the end it will be a blessing to His purpose, His kingdom, and ultimately to you.